They did struggle with being a little bit greedy, and Venomancer is the opposite of greedy, right? He's a lane winner, he's a hero that doesn't need too much farm, he can build any number of items. So it was nice there seeing, Tinker and Juggernaut, their position 1 and 2, were their position 1 and 2, rather than Tavo taking over the game. So they've definitely realized that's the direction they need to go, and Monkey King, a hero that I don't believe I've cast yet. He's got, what, 40 bans or something ridiculous so far?
Monkey King is one of the most popular heroes here at the International after day 1. Let me just check the numbers real quick.
10 seconds remaining.
He's been banned 30 times,
30.
Gary. 30 times, win rate 60%, picked 10 games.
Wow. And mostly as a support, right? The bootsless Orb of Corrosion, then decide where you want to go.
Yeah, either a Mage Slayer, Diffusal Blade, there are different ways to build Monkey King. There were a couple of core monkeys. Fanatic, they decide to go with Mars and Phoenix, the old school combo.
Bringing it back.
Percentage-based damage is going to be good. Everyone becomes super tanky. Tiny is still available. I don't know if you want to go with Tiny and Monkey King, then you're revealing one of those is not a core. You can still do Tiny mid, Monkey as your position 1. Then you have a lot of tower damage coming out from both of these heroes.
And you got 2 ranged melee heroes then, don't you? The long reach of Monkey King's staff and Tiny's tree.
Snapfire is available. I don't mind picking up Snapfire early on. Pleasantly surprised how this hero, after all the nerfs, is still doing that good and is considered to be one of the top picks.
Yeah, still a viable pick.
Lina, okay, they just same way of thinking where you get the attack speed. Doesn't matter where this hero goes. It's always going to be good to have someone that can kill the egg.
And it's one of one of Adriano's specialties, right? He was one of the first players to go that Brown Boots, Ewel's, BKB, Daedalus, Shiva's Guard, the right-click Lina, which has become more and more popular nowadays. He was doing this back, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So it's definitely in his wheelhouse.
Lina is not spellcaster anymore. You deal damage through your right clicks.
Yeah.
She has a nice set of talents to do so.
Yeah, there's Fiery Soul talents.
Templar Assassin banned out, so this implies Lina is mid.
Absolutely does. Look at the respect there from Fnatic. Tinker ban, Juggernaut ban. 2 key heroes in the success for SG Esports in Game 1. Now, Fnatic, this draft is, you said it's the old classic. It's shades of the Animager, right? We saw a lot of this combo together. And it worked reasonably well.
Mars figured out where they know how to counter him, they know how to play, they know how to pick against him. Heroes that are good, that can get outside of the arena, heroes with the magic immunity. So Juggernaut comes to my mind, so no surprise that the Fnatic actually banned Juggernaut out. Great against Phoenix, great against Mars. Lifestealer is the one that comes to my mind to see if they might go for it.
Right, I'm back. Mr. Destructoid has been kicked out of the arena. He's no longer here. Don't know what happened there. Hopefully everyone's ears are okay.
I hope so.
So what was that, Lacoste? I can't hear you anymore.
You can't hear me?
No,
I don't know if you're
it's
trolling.
fine,
Okay, all good.
Oh, jeez. DK, Bane, Beastmaster out. They really don't want Tavo to have his hands on that.
Phoenix is a good, not going to say counter, but when we're talking about team fight, you use same logic applies to Phoenix being very good against Faceless Void. You drop down a Chronosphere. Phoenix uses an egg. So Wukong's command against Phoenix said, they're going to be grouping around. They decide to ban Pango.
Yeah, it's one of those cool things, right? Like Dota, we often talk about there are so many options, so many directions to go. But some heroes, like Phoenix, for example, it forces your opponents to make a binary option. Either you hit the egg or you run away from the egg, right? So you limit all of the other options of chase this hero, chase that hero, dive here, dive there. It's literally like, if you deal with the egg, you get rid of it. If you don't, you got to run away.
Exactly. Invoker, so far, picked 6 times in TI group stage.
Doing well?
Would you consider 16% win rate well?
No. Not particularly. He's been banned a lot, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Mostly in the second phase. So Oracle, great pickup here. against a lot of synergy with Monkey King, lifesteal during Oracle ulti, can purge off potentially a Spirit Vessel if Invoker decides to go for that. Great against Phoenix. You're caught inside of the arena against Mars spells. They need backline jumpers. I want to see Fnatic pick something that can jump this Oracle.
Yeah, it's going to be vitally important for them. And you've also got that Fortune's End with Primal Spring as well. Super long-range catch from the Oracle and the Monkey King. Then you add in a Sand King too. Fnatic
10 seconds remaining.
going to have some struggles keeping their heroes alive. No real saves as of yet.
5 seconds remaining.
So when they do get jumped, they can get blown up incredibly quickly.
Spectre once again comes to my mind. Might not be the easiest lane against Sand King. Sand King should have a fairly free time in that lane if they decide to go for Spectre, but being able to jump Oracle, Mars doesn't really have a hero to play with Phoenix and Invoker. There's going to be a Sunstrike if he lands his abilities on Oracle, but I would still love to see someone who just goes into backline and is able, let's say Mars is dead, then you don't really have someone that can take out the Oracle. And we've seen what Oracle can do, especially in the OG series, where No-Tail just completely popped off.
Yeah, it's like later on in the game when you've got Aghanims on Invoker, right? Cataclysm, Arena, Supernova, then you're more of a cohesive unit.
SG Esports turn to
And another big ulti. It feels like that's what Fnatic are identifying themselves as right now, is that big wombo combo team fight galore.
Yeah, a lot of long cooldown ultis. So this should get punished. SG Esports, once again, even if, let's say, Oracle ulti is down, there's no Epicenter, there's no Laguna Blade, you can still take fights with these heroes, while on the other side, Fnatic, they rely on having Mars Arena, Egg, and Silencer ulti to be able to deal with them. Silencer's an okay response to Oracle, where let's assume that Oracle is good enough to preemptively use his Q and dispel global silence. Do you think that's going to happen this game, Gary?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to shut up so I could start talking. That is something I always look forward to. When I see Oracle against Silencer, I think that one of the first people I saw do it was Pablo, the Swedish player, and he just blew my mind. Like, you can do that? Fortune's End yourself, get rid of the silence, and then start saving people. I think we'll see it.
Once.
Okay. I think we'll see it once. Not a common occurrence. And there, Faceless Void. I think that's a solid ban. Get rid of yet another combo hero to go along with the Fnatic side.
That's a good ban. Eventually, Phoenix Egg, Sunstrike / Cataclysm, Silencer goes in. A lot of long cooldown ultis, but if they decided to pick Faceless Void, that'd be okay.
5 seconds
now,
remaining.
Sand King is a really strong laner. They might need to get something else. Silencer got nerfed as a position 5. I believe this is going to be a 5 Silencer, but is super annoying to play into. They also picked Silencer into Oracle, which is not the greatest. Oracle kind of ruins the hero, has an ability to dispel things and also give you that magic immunity.
Yeah, that's a good point.
5 seconds
Things can get a little tricky.
So they might want to swap things around, have Oracle be matched against Silencer in the lane.
So you do like Sand King Oracle, then Monkey +1?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. Because if you have, let's say Monkey is position 4 with Sand King against Silencer, that just sounds horrible. Silencer is going to have free time.
Spam Arcane Curse. Push the wave out. Make sure Monkey King can't chase you. Well, SG, if it is a Monkey 4... sorry, if it is that Monkey kind of going into the other lane, if Oracle is with a Sand King, what do you want up there against a Mars and a Phoenix?
SG Esports turn to pick.
I was thinking about it's a really good PL game. If SG wants to go for it, Fnatic then still has one extra pick, and then they can pick carry that deals well. Sven is still available.
They do still respect the Mirana. We mentioned it game 1 against the Phoenix, knowing that Adriana could take it. But you do want someone with either like a natural dispel or build Manta or BKB that can handle all of this team fight from Fnatic.
stands ready.
sieging the high ground, going for that, you know, high ground push level 3, and this is what they needed. A bit more extra tower damage, and also a hero that builds into BKB, doesn't care too much about these spells. They have nothing that goes through magic immunity, so looks
10
like a
seconds
good Sven
remaining.
game until we see the last pick from fanatic.
That natural
5
BKB
seconds
carrier.
remaining.
Oh, it's difficult, isn't it? Right? Invoker mid, Silencer 5, Phoenix 4, Mars 3. And also the fact that you steal the Sven away from Raven so he can't play the Sven again. No Medusa, no Faceless Void. Oh, it's a tricky spot. I wouldn't be surprised to see Fnatic run through.
Maybe
another
Razor once again. I don't
Ooh.
mind seeing Razor. Deals well with Sven. None of these heroes buy Lincoln Sphere. Sven's not a hero that wants to do it. It's a very costly item. 4 staff are one way to deal with it.
That seems pretty good. And it gives you a tempo hero that likes to play with teamfight ultis as well. Someone who's not just going to sit back and AFK farm, but actually wants to get involved with your Mars and your Phoenix early on. But yeah, they really
Either
are scratching their
that
heads about this
or
one.
TB. I think it's those two options. Terrorblade.
Because Terrorblade gives you tower push options.
Yes, because they're really lacking some tower damage. Mars, Phoenix, Invoker, they don't provide you that. So TB checks a lot of the boxes. And what I said before, what did I say?
When?
Which hero did I suggest before Sven? Okay.
Not that one.
Choose your hero.
I thought they're not going to go for
God, what did you say? What did you
Spectre
say?
against Sven. I'm looking through the heroes. Can't find the hero that I suggested. Doesn't matter.
How did both Razor? You said Razor.
Oh, Razor. Yeah, this is what Fnatic picked yesterday as a response to... What was it yesterday?
Legion Commander.
Oh, yes. Just completely ruined Legion Commander in the lane. They still decide to go for Spectre. So Oracle, we talked about it, is not going to have a good time. Going to be a very good vision game from Spectre. And then you can just pop a silence. Follow it up. Oracle's going to have a really, really good, really tough time.
Yeah, sure can be difficult. I'm wondering if Adriano on this lane is going to follow the
10
trend
seconds remaining.
that we've seen in terms of item builds, because Limp
5 seconds
yesterday he went
remaining.
boots of travel rush, then he went into BKB. We've seen the brown boots into BKB. Was it maybe that went like Dragon Lance, MKB?
There's a lot of different ways you can
There's
build
like no
Lina.
Yule Scepter anymore.
Sometimes people tend to get it. It was a game against Storm Spirit where you wanted to have Yules into LSA to have some kind of a lockdown in the game that we were casting. BKB is a must. Like BKB needs to be second, even first item if you considered like Boots of Travel not to be the first item. So definitely an earlier BKB to deal with the silence, deal with Phoenix. Phoenix is going to have a rough time. They have no BKB piercing abilities. So Lina pops the BKB, kills the egg. That's going to be her job, and to be able to blow up people.
Oh, we'll see what she gets up to. Are you leaning one way or the other? So I'm feeling SG after that game 1 victory. Adriano, Lina, Tavo, Sand King. I feel like they've got so many ways to enter these team fights. And again, if you remove one piece of Fnatic's draft, it feels like they could fall apart completely.
Give me a second, Gary. I got to reevaluate these two drafts.
Run the numbers. Get your big brain spreadsheet open. Beautiful Spectre set there for Raven. Up at the front, as we get ourselves into game 2 here at this best of 2. TI10 group stage continuing. SG versus Fnatic.
Prepare for
And the
battle.
chat wheel meta is developing.
I'm leaning towards SG. I added all the numbers, did the math. From me, that would be like 57-43 for SG.
No decimal places in your numbers.
No need to. I'll have to round the numbers up.
That's nice. It makes everything very clear and concise. And yet again, we have this standoff in the mid lane. Are you a fan of this? How much emphasis there is around the mid lane, making sure that there's no observer wards, no sentries, no warding or de-warding going on?
There's a lot of mind games in Dota, especially on the mid lane. You do not want to get de-warded. We've seen teams prioritizing the high ground wards. because those don't get devoted most of the time.
That's absolutely right. And they're still sticking around there. Waiting with 3 heroes for SG. Fnatic also bringing numbers down to the bottom rune spot. Yeah, SG sees with that high ground ward you mentioned, the DJ and Raven arriving up top, so it looks like it might be 3 runes here for the Radiant, and only 1 goes the way of Fnatic.
I want to see how top lane goes. I think we need to watch the top lane. Big fan of Silencer stealing the Int, and they have 2 melee heroes. So this Monkey King, I want to see how much he can do. DJ needs to be careful. If he gets caught out of the position, 1 stun, 1 Monkey King 3 dance, has Orb of Venom, he's just straight up dead.
Prediction updated. Schwen has hit an enemy hero. That better not pop up every 10 seconds. Already 2 CS for your Invoker mid, pushing the wave in towards Adriano. Monkey King just jump in, jump out.
He secured the range creep and harassed Spectre a bit.
He's going to get chased back now, but he's fine. Definitely an irritating force up in that top lane. What do you reckon Tavo's doing here? Not leveling up any skills. Is he waiting to see if he can kill someone with stun?
I don't think they can get Kel level 1. He was just waiting, I guess, for Caustic to see if he can get any of the creeps low enough to be able to use it, push out the wave. Silencer's being very annoying with the Glaives level 1.
And a very good sentry place as well, right? Sees directly into that sandstorm. I'll try and hold the wave a little bit further back so Tavo can't get that free lane push and the free CS. They know there's a sentry though. Just out of range of their own one. Well, that lane, not really going to have too much in the way of kill threat for the first couple of minutes. Mid lane Lina against Invoker, going to be pretty much a farm trade for the most part early on. 8-1 against 6-1, nothing really between the two. And then bottom, Phoenix and Mars getting chased down. Fortune's End, but Sven unable to connect onto the Phoenix. Feels like much more likely for that bottom lane to have the aggression from both teams.
Keep the eye on the top lane, Garrett. This is where first blood's gonna happen.
Oh, you reckon?
Mid lane, I don't think Lina and Invoker should die to each other. Lina favoring Lina in this matchup because she just keeps spamming the spells. Fiery Soul is up. Jabs, half HP, has 1 healing self to work with.
Who's getting first blood, you reckon, then? The Monkey King?
I can't get into details, but watch the top lane.
Leaking information. Just enough to keep us interested. Not really any ability here to drag the wave back or anything. Radiant Sentry's blocked up that camp, so DJ can't pull. Is that, yeah, he's got a sentry coming, so he can remove the enemy ward.
He needs to be able to remove it. Sand King naturally pushes the lane with both Sandstorm and Caustic. So if that's not unblocked, the Holy Core playing a bit of aggressive on Silencer.
Yeah, he's making damn sure that he's not going to be able to get rid of that sentry anytime soon. So DJ going to have to come back and play the lane properly. And there's that Sandstorm dusting Tavo though. Raven and DJ, they make the move forward. Arcane Curse and a bit of damage from Raven, but the Monkey King battling back onto DJ. Still level 2, so no Boundless Strike to play around with. Taking a decent amount of damage there. This does all unlock that small camp for DJ at long last.
And the Core will reward the big camp. So we can expect some pulling to happen. Oh, DJ needs to be careful here.
If he blocks it, make sure it doesn't spawn, and he's going to survive. Gives another round of Jingu there, though, to the Monkey King. At mid lane, start to see the gap created. Adriano on this Lina, making the most of that. Oh, Raven. He's going to be okay. already having spent the stun, the Sand King can't continue on.
There is Healing Ward on Silencer. We'll use it on Spectre immediately. A bit of a slow start because there are a couple of counters. Oracle can purge off spells from Phoenix. Death, limited mana, has a couple of magic wand charges to work with, but they need to catch KJ out of position.
And so far, his positioning has been spot on. Might chuck a spear onto Costabile, but him having 7 stick charges himself, also going to be perfectly fine. Nice little deny on the range creep there as well with the Purifying Flames. Fresh creep wave comes in, just purify. Deny down the range creep.
Oh, DJ's in trouble.
DJ, he is being stunned up inside the Sandstorm. They dagger across, but the Jingo's already been built up. And first blood for Theolacor. I knew it'd be the Monkey King.
Told you it's gonna happen, Top Gary. You didn't believe me.
What?
Knew that it's gonna be 5 minutes, 20 seconds in. Monkey King. Just kidding. But yeah.
Have you seen this? Are they doing it every wave? Because that's 2 or 3 times in a row now. I've seen KJ purify, and then they right-click the range creep and kill it.
Just try to take it away. He has a couple of clarities. Claire just constantly running on him. KJ. Should be a kill.
Paying all of those range creeps he's been denying. And meanwhile, in towards the mid lane, a primal spring towards DJ. Doesn't catch, doesn't slow. EMP comes out, but Theo forced away. Thanks to Twent. So obnoxious laning against Alina, though. She's hit level 6. She's got a rune to grab up, but a Cold Snap Arcane Curse onto Theo. Ooh.
Oh!
Well, that Dragon Slave at level 4. Just burst down the Silencer, and Twent now is going to be very wary of where he's standing. Forced a tornado and back himself out.
4DR gets kill with the Dragon Slave. We can call it 4DR
Dragon Slave.
Slave. Yeah, there you go. Going into Boots of Travel, we talked about the items from Lina. I assume this is going to be Boots of Travel into BKB and then just get damage.
It feels like that's the way to go nowadays. Bots, BKB, then think about, do I need MKB, Daedalus?
I think it's fine to get Crystallis as damage and then see whether it's necessary to upgrade it, get it potentially a Silver Edge.
Yeah,
you
true.
can play that kind of a game. A break against Spectre is going to be great.
Oh yeah, so that's a really good point, isn't it? Yeah. Just the small crit, super handy. So it's giving you options of itemization.
Spectre has Haunt available. Let's see where they decide to make action. Mars about to hit level 6 after this wave, so they could potentially kill Costabile. Would need to bring 1 extra hero on the bottom.
Yeah, and Mars with no Soul Ring, no bottle, pretty low on the mana pool.
Fnatic wants Lina. She's out of mana. Cold Snap.
AP Tornado, but they've got the help behind with a Sun Ray, just not enough to stop Raven. Charging forward, Jam's body blocking in as well. KJ, even though he came in to try and heal up the Lina, he's going to be falling himself. Quickly kills off Jams, but loses his life as now Turbo arrives. Raven in the Sandstorm, but the dust back from DJ as a 2-man balance strike from Theo connects. Chwen and Raven stuck behind this tier 1 tower, and DJ comes out with a double kill. Theo, oh, the tornado clips him. Ghost Walk at the ready for Chwen as well. Looking to slip away from danger, but another Primal Spring is there. Theo with a dust. He's going to find Chwen's Invoker, but they turn back with a Cold Snap. And DJ, is he going to grab a triple kill? Oh, it was a little bit too late, but he will be found now by Adriano and Costabile deep in that Radiant jungle.
Doesn't matter. Silencer got what he came for. He stole 8 intelligence in that fight. Deep Observer Ward placed on the high ground. Unfortunately, Oracle was not fast enough to use the Fortune's End. Could maybe make a bit of a difference there, but good thing is that the Spectre, Spectre died, right? She did die. Yeah, Monkey King managed to get the kill. I was expecting them to make a rotation on the bottom, try to find Sven. Sven is level 6, about to hit level 7, while Mars is 7 already.
So what was that? They brought 4 heroes into mid. They get a couple of kills, but yeah, you're right. They don't convert that into an objective. They don't stop Sven from farming. And SG getting a couple of kills in return. Now, put their fighting boots on. Smoking into the Dire jungle.
Oh.
Dire scan, but it's Raven that's
Adriano.
being hunted. Boundless into the chain stun. Raven tries to dagger away, but that long-range attack from the Lina.
They even
Clear
get the
through
courier.
Raven.
Lina with the boots of travel. They were smoked. Tumbler's Toy to follow up the Monkey King stun. Sometimes all these small things come in very nicely together. KJ.
Oh, the arena misses. He's outside the arena, just a spectator, not a gladiator. Still getting pummeled, though, and speared against the tree line. But Tavo here with an epicenter burrow strike. Is he going to burrow? He's waiting for it. Just right-clicking into DJ and lining up the two-man stun instead. Now Death inside the Sandstorm. But where is the backup from SG? Nothing else coming. It's just Tavo alone down here.
Silencer, position 5, will always trade any kind of kill to steal the intelligence, especially on the heroes who have a limited mana pool, like Monkey King, Sand King.
Also a good EMP placement. KJ is going to dodge away from it, so he does have False Promise ready and available as Chwen. Fortune's End and the dust inside the Ghost Walk, but revealed by the Monkey King. That definitely blasts too little, too late. And now the trade not worthwhile for Fnatic as SG defend this tier 1 bottom with everything they've got.
Fnatic going in a bit too deep. Invoker. Finishing off Urn. And then buying Gloves of Haste. Has a Spirit Vessel also in the quick buy. Wants to be able to get some levels. So I assume that's going to be Hand of Midas. Then go for that Spirit Vessels. Oh, another good stun.
Yeah, they find Death. I stuck around far too long there. Jabs had Supernova, but wasn't really in fighting shape. Not nearby enough. Now Chwen comes bottom. Fnatic really want to keep pressuring this tier 1 tower.
Last game on Venomancer, Tavo was kind of struggling early on. This game, he's completely popping off. All over the place, he's been involved in 5 kills, has a Blink Dagger, 11 minutes in, on top of Tranquil Boots, Soul Ring, Wand. Unfortunately, it does not have an Epicenter ready at the moment, but they can still, you know, go in and make stuff happen.
And he's so safely just creating this barrier in front of the bottom tower. Oh, there's a lot of drawing going on the map. A couple of seconds ago, Kostabil signaling he wanted to stay and farm out this extra bit of jungle before falling back towards his triangle. While Fnatic, they've got to know there are some stacks being made by SG, and that's what they're looking to contest. Kostabil trapped in the arena, and a good haunting from Raven will take down the Sven. I don't know, can they contest this stack of Ancients?
They don't have enough. They just
with
don't
no
have
Blade
enough
Mail
damage.
Spectre.
Yeah, exactly. Blade Mail is coming right now, but it would take too much time. They know that Tavo has a Blink Dagger. He showed it on the bottom, blinked in and used Sandstorm, so they know they need to be careful about that. Global Silence is available. Spectre, we see different builds.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
New kind of a build is get Falcon Blade. I'll hold that thought. Never mind, DJ just died. Position 5. And then get the Aghanim Scepter, or you get Echo Saber, disassemble Echo, get Ags, and then get Orchid to be able to kill people with it. But this time around, getting a Blade Mail, I think that's a correct choice. You're playing into Sand King, you're playing into Sven, even Lina, so you get on top of people and you're still gonna reflect damage.
Yeah, it does help you farm as well. If you're trying to keep up with the likes of Sven. 5,000 net worth Spectre, Sven sitting about 5.5. Could have been a much bigger gap. The big surprise though is Lina, 7,500 net worth. Adriano having a spectacular early game. That's the majority of the net worth lead here for them, is coming out of that Lina. Now you mentioned early on this Monkey King itemization as actually we have a bit of a go here from Fnatic onto Theo.
They will delay what you were about to say. They will delay that item.
What's so good about Mage Slayer or Monkey King?
It's just a perfect item on Monkey. It gives you that magic resistance that you need. You're playing position 4, you're going to be jumping in. It works with Wukong's command, and a lot of spell damage coming out from Fnatic's heroes.
Tavo. Oh, he's dancing to a beautiful beat there as he jumps in and misses out on his Burrow Strike. Shouldn't have hesitated. Shouldn't have fake pumped that ulti so much, and he gets turned back on by Chwen and DJ. Still not going to survive though with 8-1 charges up his sleeve. Jabs is lurking. just up the staircase.
Pumped it too many times.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Unfortunate situation for him.
Still no global silence being used. I think it's gonna be a smoke into global silence. This is a reveal of Mars Blink Dagger, so time to hunt. If they can catch Sven one more time, that'd be great.
It feels like the sad thing is, though, they came in, they spotted the stacks, they killed the Sven, but he respawned, cleared them anyway, and now it's KJ who's in the triangle, the only casualty that they can try and bring down, and he can't false promise in time. Well, that's Arena and Sunstrike used to pick off that lowly position 5.
That's completely fine. He took one for the team. Instead of Sven getting ganked, he was getting into the triangle.
Excellent.
Radiant are scanning.
It's been good usage of the map by SG. Radiant scanning, making sure Costabil can continue farming the triangle. On the bottom lane, some farm priority for Theo.
Monkey position 4 is very greedy. I think you need to play greedy with this hero because you scale. You get Mage Slayer, you don't get boots. I've seen people just completely skipping boots on the hero. You can get one more damage item, potentially a Diffusal Blade. Doesn't sound too bad to keep them inside. I've also seen either a Mel. Oh, he got caught midair.
Oh, there he goes for the Wukongs. A spear takes him to the trees. Pretty long cooldown to be spent, though, as Theo tries to TP. Any more stuns? You know,
That's a
he's
huge
home, he's got
outplay.
free.
Being able to get out while all this is happening, SG, they're inside the pit.
Yeah, meanwhile, in Roshan land, there's Gold Strength being popped by the Sven. And Adriano with a fresh BKB as they try and jump Chuen. Tavo missing out on yet another Burrow Strike, though. Off the mark a couple times in a row now.
God Strength running out in 10-15 seconds.
Oh, and there we go. He doesn't miss out on that one. The global comes. Adriano's BKB, though, allows him to shred through death. Tavo's still stuck on that high ground and unable to contend with the Supernova means Theo Licor going to get hunted down. Silenced up.
No BKB on Adriano. Roshan, 1/3 of HP.
Can they finish off that Roche? No, Fnatic absolutely can't. Oh, the Grove Bow for Lina. Feels good to be Adriano right now. Top of the net worth. 4-1-0. Chrysalis queued up.
Yeah, as suggested, this item just feels really natural for Lina, especially in this type of a game where you don't want to rely on your Sven to just deal all the physical damage. And we'll see what his next item is going to be. I suggested the Shadow Blade and then upgrade it to Silver Edge to be able to break Spectre. I would definitely love to see it.
Makes a lot of sense. Of course, Sven working on his BKB. Can clear out that top lane and reconsider their options around Roshan in the next minute or so. Because they've got this really perfect vision. Deep Observer Ward past the outpost, one a little shallower. So they know exactly when and if Fnatic come to contest the pit. Dire scan it. They still see the Sven, though, with their own Observer Ward. Very sneakily placed. Offset from that cat in
SG
the
wants to
jungle.
take the fight. They know there's no global. Sven jumping in.
It just cleaves through the Phoenix like that. Tavo's Epicenter not connecting onto anyone. Oh, KJ gets the false promise out just in time. The Tornado's good, well placed. That Life Striker 8 misses out onto Chuen's Invoker. Wukong's arriving now with another good Burrow Strike. Tavo's in, onto death, and the Mars is in trouble, but that's Purifying Flame's actually healing him up. Adriano blows through
Another
DJ,
buyback.
and a buyback from the Silencer now as Costabil looks for jabs, takes him down yet again. The dieback on Phoenix should signal the end of the fight for Fnatic.
Tavo still thinking about going in.
He wants it. A two-man. He's got him stunned up, but a great spear stops Adriano from connecting any further. DJ, he's invis into the Shadow Amulet.
Now it's time to finish off the Roche. Sven does not have a God Strength. Roshan at half HP, a bit more, 60%. Let's see if they decide to go in or they go back to farming.
Well, Sun striking.
Adriano deeping back to the bottom lane. Crystal is done, level 16. 30 damage, 350 HP talent into... Yeah, you just get the Fiery Soul per stack. And then get the attack range.
Yeah,
Lina
right,
becomes
left,
a monster. Satanic, great item in this game, being able to just deal damage, have another way of dispelling things.
Fnatic, the onus is on them to make something happen. They've got these long cooldown abilities. They've got these teamfight ultis. They want to smoke. They want to fight. Get something to go their way. Lift their spirits and build a bit of momentum.
Sven getting very close to BKB. Will disassemble Echo Saber, just 500 gold away from the recipe, and then go back to Echo Saber. Buy one more Ogre Axe.
Okay, Jay yet again the target. Trying to heal himself up. False Promises off cooldown, but chain stun before he can save himself.
Fnatic, they needed to get more. 2 big ultis expended just for a position 5 once again.
Yeah, Haunt and that arena.
Stop it, Tavo. Every single time he does that, I move my camera to see if he's actually casting the ulti.
Where is he? What's he doing? What's he up to? Still some pretty good vision for Fnatic, but like you say, they don't feel like they've got the impetus it needs to actually go and make a move somewhere without every single ulti available. While SG, they can fight it, you know, any given time really. Just the fact is Lina and Sven can cycle through their abilities. Well, it looks like Lina starting to decide what she wants. Daedalus, Satanic queued up.
Radiant's middle tower.
So not the Silver Edge, but a Satanic, like you suggested. Might change your mind though. More often than not, you're right about these kind of things. Don't know if they force the BKB from Adriano.
He's gonna hold it. No need. Knows there's no Spectre ulti to be able to jump him. Sven pops another God Strength.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Very patient from Adriano. TPing top now to rejoin the squad. Roshan. Mage Slayer debuff, very pretty. Theo with BKB queued up next. Really is a greedy fall, like you said, isn't it? You get
really
some farm
is.
priority, you get an item.
I've seen position 4 monkeys just completely taking over the game. Like, you become another core, especially if you have 3 cores. It's one of those games, let's say...
It's like a win more hero.
Yeah, pretty much. You are the last one who's alive, you get a couple of levels, solo experience, you get all the gold, and then for the next fight you have this Mage Slayer. It keeps you alive for the next fight, so you are once again standing the only one alive. It's just, I feel in this meta you can get away with so many greedy stuff. Aghanim Scepter done on Invoker, so that means Cataclysm. Not sure if they have enough stuns for Cataclysm. Their only stun is Spear.
It's like 5-man arena and hope for a big counter. Supernova spent by jabs, and they're not going to focus it down, respecting the reactions of Fnatic there as Theo and Tavo tried to pair up for a quick kill, but again, just removing an element of Fnatic's team fight, always going to be incredibly important for you. Still going to lose Tavo to that spear. Attempted Tornado, attempted Sunray, not going to find the Monkey King. Hiding up in the treetops. Dire Observer Ward sees the courier. Adriano hides it a little bit further to the left in the trees. How far is he? He can afford it. Does he need buyback? Nah, he doesn't. He's got an Aegis. Theo, on the other hand, doesn't have either of those things. Buys his Mithril Hammer and dies.
Try to go for a cute little play. Use the Magic Wand. Mischief. They didn't fall for it. Spectre finally gets her big item. Manta style done. Going into Scotty next. Just wants to tank up. Haven't seen too much of Raven. Usually Spectre's a bit more active because they go for a different kind of a build. Getting that Aghanim Scepter and then having another way of jumping and being active on the map. So he's silently farming, mostly Triangle, when Triangle is warded / devorded right now.
I mean, what would you call this? Like, if we said old school Spectre build, I would think
This is it.
Radiance. but this is like the middle school Spectre build.
I kind of forgot about Spectre Radiance build.
Okay.
It's an old school one, but considering we have a new one, I think
So
this is the old school
So
build. what
Radiance
he's
build's
doing
like
right
the boomer
now.
build.
Yeah.
Right. And here comes SG again. They are pinging across to this right-hand side, but
Radiant's
fanatic,
top tower is under attack.
the vision advantage is theirs. Everything ready. Arena, Supernova, BKB on death.
Radiant's top
And they want to
tower
make a
is
jump, but I
falling.
don't know if they can kill Adriana. Oh, it's a good spear back into the tower. Sunstruck down to a third of her HP, and Adriana loses the Aegis.
Holding a BKB, egg will explode a bit early.
And they lose death. So a 1-for-1 trade, spending two ulti, just one ulti, right? They didn't arena, just a spear back into the Supernova.
His bottom tower.
But SG coming out on top.
They got the tier 2 tower. They can take the outpost. I guess the reason why Lina didn't go for Shadowblade / Silver Edge is because Sven, we don't know what's happening in their team comp, so he wants to get one. Being able to break Spectre and have another way of initiation is always going to be great. You can solo kill people with it, so Sven getting it, that means Lina does not need to get it. Might decide to go for it if she feels like it's necessary, if Spectre gets too big.
That's a nice grab for Jams. Heaven's Halberd against the Lina in particular. Disarm against the ranged artillery. Incredibly important for them.
Lina just got level 20, so that means even more attack speed.
Oh, that saved Jam's life as well. Good BKB TP.
He knows it's
Adriana's
fine.
out of there.
There are no BKB piercing abilities. They can't stop the BKB TP out, so he uses this instantly.
Goes to be also TPing away from that bottom lane because Chwen, he's on the hunt. Spots out KJ. Quick little cold snap with the ice path as well. And turn around from Theo. Forces Chwen to consider his options. And they're still going to hunt down KJ, it looks like. Not really a great way to escape here. He can false promise, he can juke, he can jive, but surrounded by Fnatic's side, he will eventually lose his life.
This could have been an easy kill if Tao decided to go in, but they had no vision. Haunt.
Oh, they are hunting Adriana now as well. Yeah, you're right, the Haunt onto her. Lina with no BKB, no Aegis. Tava with a couple of men hit with a stun, and Adriana gets a kill, but Fnatic swarming around the SG side get themselves 3 in a row.
Sven, unfortunately, did not have a TP available. Very important, pay attention. You don't have a TP, you lose a fight. He TP'd somewhere, so
Well, he
was
here and he TP'd back.
wasn't able to connect with the team. They definitely need Sven to win a fight. Now he has a Silver Edge, so break mechanic, but this was a big W for Fnatic. Getting a couple of kills, only losing Phoenix.
Yeah, it was curious, right? Like Adriana TP's out of mid, Sven TP's out of bottom lane, and then even without BKB, without Aegis, without Sven, they consider it as a potential fight they wanted to take. But Fnatic were ready for them.
There was a small window for Tavo to jump, but he thought the whole team is behind Invoker, did not want to go in.
Oh, to go on
Especially,
Sven.
yeah. Because Invoker aggressively blinked in, didn't have full HP, so they had time, but unfortunately no vision. And there's always a chance that Silencer is going to pop the global.
Yeah,
Psychic
don't want that.
Headband, Paladin Sword for Fnatic.
Titan Sliver. Some big items there for Fnatic.
I love that. Spectre trying to decide, holding a silver, the status resistance, neutral item plus Elven Tunic. Decide, which one she wants to take. Took him like 30 seconds. All right, I'm keeping the evasion.
Yeah, against the Sven and Lina makes a lot of sense. Now is that Sven with a completed Silver Edge. Satanic queued up next. Doesn't go for the creep wave clear. Lina shows and Sven plays forward with the Sand King. Expecting a response here from Fnatic, but they're nowhere to be seen. It does appear they want to smoke though, gathering up in their triangle, clearing the Ancients on Raven. DJ, Death and Jabs. Time to wander across the map. Aim towards the heart of SG territory. And aim towards your observers as well.
Tower is under attack.
Fnatic playing into their own vision and spotting the smoke from SG as well.
That's the board you do not expect
really
them
don't.
to have.
This could be big for them. Roshan fast spawn in 15 seconds. Let's see if we're blessed with a quick spawn.
Probably gonna be 2 minute plus.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 minutes 15 seconds again, for like the 10th time in a row.
Sven ready to go in.
Hello, DJ. Goodbye, DJ. 1 minute 35. Not so bad.
This is something that Fnatic did yesterday, one of their series, when they had Nature's Prophet, who was planting a deep vision in the lanes to spot any kind of smoke movement and give them the potential to gank. Right now they have one scouting out the tier 2 tower on the mid lane, and also the one that you showed on top.
Yeah. All of their wards are kind of in weird places, right? They've got the Tinker ward, the 2 lane wards you mentioned, and that's a normal ward there, but they're trying very hard to stop SG from dewarding their vision. Rest in peace, Forge Spirit. You will be remembered. So the play now for both teams is that move into Roshan, isn't it? SG want it to try and close out this game and go high ground, and Fnatic need it to hold on to this map. Extend the game out and get the Spectre even bigger.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Max
Dire's
TP's
structures
top.
are fortified.
Tier 2 looks like it's on its last legs. 74 HP.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
SG not finishing it off though.
Radiant's structures are fortified.
And Fnatic playing into the Radiant Vision.
Global.
The arena's there. I mean, you also have to out from Tavo, and DJ dead before he can even global, but Coastabil has used God Strength and BKB for a position 5 kill.
Top tower has fallen.
He should not be that quick when using a BKB because there are no stuns. Like, he can get stunned by Mars, and that's pretty much it. When they use their tools, then he should pop a BKB.
Very fortunate after popping God Strength that Roshan respawns. Literally the second after that kill on DJ,
Silencer
Roshan's
will
returned.
buy back. He sees this, he will probably buy back and use global if they decide to go in.
They don't. They don't go for it, and Theo shows off his own BKB. No Wukong's here, and he's being shredded by the Spectre. Death has wandered into the middle of the rest of SG. TP out from Adriano as the Supernova inside the pit will force them away. 2 kills coming through from Fnatic, though, after the buyback from Silencer, allowing them to dispatch with the Monkey and the Oracle, while Coastabil, with no BKB, hides away in the trees.
This has always been the strength of a Silencer position 5. You die, and you can help your team with just buyback and instantly using a spell, which he did.
Was it me and you casting back in the day when we had a game Silencer sat in the fountain
Yes,
for like 20 minutes?
It was against
Who was
Enigma.
it?
I'm not sure who it was, but Silencer did not leave the base. So
was-
Silencer was sitting near the tier 3 towers.
It was like Lanham or someone like that.
Probably.
Yeah.
While tier 2 tower was still alive, and he was just waiting for Enigma. I think he managed to farm Refresher
Yeah.
and was just sitting in base. Did not want to leave the base.
Yeah. Legitimately sitting in base just waiting for global. Wow, that takes me back. Like you say, that's the strength of the Silencer, right? You've got that trump card to team fights. Global Silence shuts everybody up. Oh, Death queuing up Eon Disc. Mars wanting to make sure that he can always be impactful in these team
It's
fights.
not going to be always. Stormhammer, Shard upgraded by Sven. Usually we don't see that, but it would be good in the previous game. And in this game also, I think a lot of value, especially if anyone decides to go. Like, it dispels the Glimmer Cape as well, so makes a lot of sense. People stopped doing that.
Yeah, they did.
It was tied to his talent. And when it got moved to Shard, people were like, gold? I'm not spending gold in this. It was free
1.4K.
before.
That's a component of my Satanic that I'm wasting money on. Yeah, when you mentioned it, muscle memory kicked in. I hovered over the talents and I was like, no, that's not where it goes anymore. There's the Aghanim Shard. 2 lanes trending towards the Dire base now, though. And with SG holding Aegis on Lina, I feel like they can reasonably safely move up to this tier 3 tower, chip
Radiant's
away
top
at it.
tower is under attack.
They don't need anyone to go actual high ground. They can sit back, launch Lina's attacks at it, wait with the blink daggers in the wings, hide away in the trees. And if anybody from Fnatic steps even remotely too far forward, now this is now the barrier of entry. Death is going to move in there, blink arena, but the BKB quickly from the Sven. They get the tornado onto the Monkey King. EMP as well. Theo Licour doesn't have any real way to try and disengage apart from trying to walk it off as the Sunstrike misses out.
So no global, no Spectre ulti, they're ready to go in. KJ will do his job, heal up the teammates, and they're gonna be ready to go. Sven still has a God Strength, no BKB for 25, but Satanic is ready.
3 green dots missing from that dire team, like you're saying. They do get another one of these wards down to try and give them that team fight vision, but sentries placed. We'll be able to remove that, and a blink stun in. Tavo with Costa Beal, a double stun lands. Raven looking like he's in trouble as well. Man to try and remove himself from this fight, but Adriano, he's been speared back in to get the hits towards him. Fortunately for Fnatic, Raven survives,
got
but the
disarm.
Supernova
Can they get
is
it?
being pummeled.
They can. He used Heaven's Halberd on Lina before, buyback coming out from Phoenix. But no Invoker, he does not have a buyback. Did not click his mouse, did not click the keyboard. Black King bar not used. Also handled Midas. Oh, this is pretty big.
9-second BKB, no buyback available. Doesn't have the money for it. And SG coming for your buildings. Adriano, 40 seconds left on the Aegis. Plenty of time here to look towards the middle lane of barracks. And again, it's not just about the buybacks, it's about these teamfight ultis. No Supernova, you don't have the combo with the arena. No Haunt for 50 seconds. No Silencer or Global for 20. Well, that's tripping. That was tripping me out. There's a boundless strike from a tree.
There's a weapon coming out of the tree.
It's like a chameleon sticking his tongue out to catch a fly. All of a sudden, appearing from nowhere. I don't know if I'd call this disciplined or a little bit scared from SG. I guess Aegis is expiring, but do you think they could have gone for that Rax finish in the mid lane?
Possibly, no need to risk anything, and we can see that again. They just jumped the Invoker, managed to delete him before he got anything off. Even Raven was very low. If Lina got 1 crit, I believe that would be a certain death.
Dire are scanning.
I was always surprised by some of the decisions. Like Sven, level 25, that's 25 movement speed. I know he doesn't have an inventory slot to put in a Windlace, which is 20 movement speed and costs, like, let's say it's a 300 gold item. Instead of taking the 10 Warcry. Like 10 armor is 1400 gold.
Yeah.
Times 5 if you use it on 5 heroes.
Oh. Oh, Death gets his BKB fast and a good Cataclysm. Oh, they get Costa Beal. Spectre's in. The bash there towards them. Theo's BKB inside the Wukongs, but the Invoker's cleared through KJ now. Raven picks up a wicked 6 streak, and the Spectre has finally arrived on the scene to play some Dota 2.
Man, Fnatic, this is the only stun pretty much that they got. The instant initiation with the Mars Spear.
They got Lina. She didn't BKB before TPing. Adriano's been caught out now. They're going to get 2 of the big cores here, and SG made to pay.
Talking about the mistakes, this one cost Lina. She does not have a buyback, so there's going to be some build-ins taken by Fnatic. BKB is already down to 6 seconds, so when you're TPing out like that, like you gotta use it. They managed to use the Cataclysm and the Spear combo, Spectre with the Haunt and the Illusions on Sven. He just melts, even though he's sitting at the 3500 HP. Didn't feel like it's a Sven, right?
No. Just disappeared.
Yeah, I would like to see that again if possible.
And the speed at which Death BKB'd as well. It felt like he preemptively BKB'd when that fight started. Yeah, they find the Invoker, stun him up, and Trent checked off in the tree line. This was after his teammates had all TP'd back home.
Is under attack.
Getting a little bit sloppy from both sides.
Oh, I like this from Mars. Refresher. Yep, double ulti, double spear, like double BKB also sounds good. Double Eon Disc is good in theory.
In practice?
In practice, not as much. Your Eon Disc procs, and then they hit you once, it procs again.
Yeah.
But still, you get the status resistance, and you can't die.
It's not too bad. That's pretty good. Penta-edged sword. Custodial Sven. Flicker. See if that goes on the Sand King or the Oracle. KG says that's mine. Spectre picking up a couple of juicy items as well. Ascetic Cap, incredibly good on her.
Status resistance every single time a debuff is applied. A bit of HP, some regen. At this point, regen doesn't matter that much.
And this sweep across the map. Did get spotted by fanatic.
That's all he wanted. He wanted to proc that Eon Disc, and he did. Needed to use a BKB.
He did. I guess now, Eon Disc, 165-second cooldown. It's a long old time for poor old Mars.
Spectre with the Abyssal Blade is now a real threat to Sven. With the bash, with another ability to stun him during BKB, even though BKB is down to 6 seconds. 5% extra dispersion coming out from level 25 Talented Spectre, so she becomes insanely tanky.
I find it interesting, Spectre's walking around with dust and wards and stuff as well at this point. Raven's the one that feels bold enough to move high ground and actually play in towards the enemy team as they double stun up Raven. Massive kill on the Spectre's found, but the buyback and the Haunt comes in. The Cataclysm landing in. Jams with that Supernova coming through, and the Sand King's dead. Wukong's command looked good, but they're going to find the disarm and the pick off on Costaville.
And guess
4
what?
for 1, and Roshan's alive.
It also has Refresher. Like, they definitely love to see this Refresher being picked up. You can use it on Spectre, you can use it on Mars, Invoker's Cataclysm, double BKB. It was such a great play. This is something that they've done on position 5 Silencer, where they buy back. Same thing they can do with Spectre. He goes in and just deals a ton of damage with the Blade Mail, with the Dispersion. Spectre's the one who's holding the Refresher for now. Let's see if she decides to give it to someone. Double damage also picked up.
D&D Spectre. Do they want to push actually up into high ground? The longer this game goes, it feels like Fnatic...
It gets easier for Fnatic, no doubt about it.
Getting easier and easier. And we still don't have, Ags or Shard on a Spectre. Buying a BKB next. Down goes the tier 2 as Death breaches high ground with Raven. Where's Chuan? Chuan, Midasing creeps off to the right-hand side. He's got himself that Timeless Relic. So much damage coming out of the Cataclysms. A good 20 seconds with no Sven. Lena might be forced to BKB here as they don't land the spear.
If they can kill Sven one more time, there's going to be global up in 15 seconds for Supernova. Spectre ulti in 40. Still holding that Refresher. Double Abyssal Blade potentially. Which is going to be good on Sven. They can blow him up. Sven goes in on Spectre, but the Dispersion, like you get on top, Dispersion deals more damage the closer you are, so Sven needs to be close. And that means he's going to disperse a lot of damage in AoE.
A lot of damage.
Yeah, especially with God Strength. Cost the bill. Buyback.
Here we go.
Not available. He does not have enough gold.
1,000 off it. Lena does. Invoker, Sand King, Sansa, and Oracle. All with buybacks. But Fnatic, yet again, feeling something's not quite right. They backpedal, they smoke. They want to take things on their own terms. We've seen how well things can go when they do get that sweet initiation.
Green dots for Fnatic are ready. Mars now Refresher done, and just 1-2 creeps away from level 25.
And green means go. Illusion Rune for Raven as well. And that can very nicely push out that bottom lane, which is contending with the super creeps. Costaville has already TP'd out at top, which is where the rest of Fnatic were. A little hunter-gatherer party. Contribute. Crit now up.
I thought he might go for 180 HP region
With
inside.
double arena,
yeah, with
right?
double arena.
It would have made sense. But I guess if they want to burst these heroes and get that numbers advantage as swiftly as possible. The other talent also pretty handy.
Invoker also hit level 25. Radial Deafening Blast, so that's going to be tough to deal with once the BKBs
Radiant's top
are gone.
tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Even though SG are slightly ahead in the net worth, 45 minutes in, that is close to meaningless. It's all down to this team fight execution. How well can Fnatic pick their targets? How can they jump the Lina? Where can they find the Sand King?
Monkey King has a nullifier, so that's another way of dealing with the...
Tavo forces the Eon
He
Disc.
goes in.
And the first arena. Self-Yules and Lotus Orb there from the Sand King as he backs himself away from Fnatic's aggression.
Pay attention, this is why you buy Refresher. You fail one spell, so you can have another one. Maybe
well,
even fail
comes
that
the
one.
Beal. He's found the two supports immediately, but now he's inside the arena. Abyssal Bladed Cataclysm. There's no saving him. He's dead. Buyback forced out, but Theo in his own BKB hit us. Adriano, Laguna Blades towards them. In comes the rest of
the
Fnatic.
deafening
Every
blast.
center there onto Chuen. They've got the pick off and Invoker potentially with a Primal Spring. They absolutely do. Theo Lacour with a Boundless Strike slams it to death, and Raven, it looks like he's pretty much the last one standing at this point, but he's tanky.
Everyone's
He's got a
flying
lot
back.
of damage. The stuns though, Tavo and Adriano hold back Raven Spectre, and the multi-buyback from Fnatic. Everyone returns to the battlefield.
I think Fnatic wants to, take a couple of seconds and reset. There's a huge wave in their base, so someone needs to address that. Spectre used the Refresher, a double ulti. Sven, one of the heroes that you do not want to buy back on if you don't have your BKB or ulti ready.
Quadruple buyback from Fnatic. Aegis still in the hands of Spectre, but only for another 10 seconds.
SG realized we don't want to focus the Spectre because we are just going to deal ourselves quite a lot of damage. Invoker trying to get the Eon Disc. Let's see that again. Great to jump there from Sven to be able to delete both of these supports immediately, and then gets jumped by a Spectre. Abyssal Blade, a Bash. It's a bit too much. Those illusions deal a ton of damage. SG realizes we can focus the Spectre, so let's just go for someone else. Tavo in the back lines. Good jump. Invoker didn't even pop a BKB. He had enough time.
He does now have a Refresher Orb, though. As Kostabiel going to BKB TP. Raven can't close the gap for the Abyssal Blade or the Bashes quite in time. And whose is this? Sven Refresher Orb. We've got Refreshers galore, don't we? Invoker, Mars, Sven. And who else? Let's just get Refreshers on everybody.
That's pretty much it. Only a couple of refreshers in game. Monkey King hit level 25, additional Wukong's command ring, and he also has a nullifier that I started to talk about, so Eon Discs are not going to be as good. We'll manage to deal with the potential 4-steps save or Glimmer Caves.
Lots of ideas on what the teams want to do next with the drawings on the map. Monkey King signaling that this bot lane is continually moving into the Dire base. Well, it looked like KJ was saying, let's go farm triangle. Let's go push out top. Think about the next Roshan to really secure and ram this one home.
Invoker just used Cataclysm to scout things out, see where they are.
Kostabiel back into his triangle. Well, Theo looking to try and de-ward the vicinity. SG all grouping up together. Gem Monkey King will remove the majority of the vision here from Fnatic. But it's another very similar move. I think the past 3 moves have been... Oh, DJ, what have you done? Oh, yes.
Oh, that's
stylish.
Gotta give him points for that.
Hey, made a mistake, -1 point. The drift, the drift drive-by pickup of the gem, +2 points. Hey, Tavo. Finds the catch. Blink stun in. Chain it up. Combo down. Gem is down. And Kostabil, he's angling for more. The Mars Arena and that Eon Disc popped down as Raven holds in. The Cataclysm comes. Kostabil needs saving. Massive damage, though, has landed on his head as Tavo epicenters in towards Raven. The Spectre nearly dead. Raven's falling very quickly, but has buyback available. Just no way into the fight again.
Sven managed to get off the Satanic, and they were not able to get him from 100 to 0. Invoker needs to get out, has buyback available in 4 minutes, so he needs to be very careful how he plays.
And this time, KJ, with that false promise, and like you mentioned, the Satanic on the Sven, able to keep Kostabil alive through the entirety of the fight. And a double damage rune has spawned bottom. Do you want that on Adriano, or do you want it on Kostabil?
That seems like it's going to be Kostabil.
Oh. Hey.
Thinking about it.
Adriano was on his way.
You want it?
I think they were fighting
You can
over
take it. No, do you want it? I'll take it if you don't want it. I mean, if you really don't want it, I'll just, I'll grab it and I have double damage.
But I wanted it.
I mean, you should have said so.
That's what it's like playing with Lacoste in real life, by the way.
And then after that, you're like, maybe I should have taken it.
Imagine if I had the DD rune, guys. Like, watch this next fight.
Imagine if Lina had DD here. Like, this
Easy
set of
buildings.
barracks would already be gone.
They would be at tier 4s. The throne would be dead already, wouldn't it?
Has fallen.
Fnatic do have a glyph to play around with. And once again, SG, they move in, claim one objective, back up. Very disciplined. Just wanting to keep the lanes pressuring in towards that dire side.
Next set of buybacks will be available in 2 minutes. Roshan. A lot of presents from the big boy. Aegis, Cheese, Refresher, and Axe.
And absolutely no contest from Fnatic. With no Spectre, there's no fight in them. Wait, did Phoenix just buy 2 tomes?
This is something that IG has done in the first season and especially during the major, just stacking the tomes.
Oh yeah. So you wait to see who's going to get level 25?
Exactly. If you don't need it,
sense.
doesn't make much sense if you're level 18, if you're level 21, if you're 18 and you're to level 20, it doesn't do anything significant. So if it's HP towns or whatever, it's kind of a waste, so you keep them.
So which talent are you taking here as a Phoenix? The percentage to keep Spectre alive?
Yeah, I think Supernova, it's still gonna die.
If you don't have Ags, it's like whatever.
Because Lina can easily kill it in the team fight.
True.
Sanking took the Aghanim Scepter upgrade, so that means Burrow Strike adds Caustic. And of course, the increased range.
Yeah, it's so nice having that extra range. Not as heavily reliant on your Blink Dagger anymore. Fnatic not giving up though. A very tight series and another tight game between these two. The one-hit creep wave. Kostabil make sure that mid lane and the other core make sure that top lane are trending in towards that dire base, while Chuen desperately scrambling to make any kind of space across the other side of the map for themselves. But eventually you will have to face your opponents. You will have to battle 5v5. Death. Tavo, the 2-man, burrows through them. And in comes Kostabil. They found jabs. No buyback, no supernova, no nothing. Kostabil's going to refresh himself up. He's got that BKB yet again and aims towards the towers while this poor Raven Spectre destroyed by the Lina. In comes the Cataclysm though. Oh, that false promise onto the Sven will keep him up and running. Adriano picked off by the Spectre. Another stun, the Balance Strike, and the Wukong's is there. Meatball's landing, Kostabil, he's going to get popped, but it's the Aegis that gets claimed. While Theo, he's hunting DJ all the way towards this dire fountain.
Silver Edge available. LSA gonna land on 2.
Oh, but Sven doesn't turn around to fight. They get the Laguna Blade in towards them, and the Invoker's gone. Tavo once more. This man with the Burst Strikes just finding lineup after lineup, stun after stun. Coast to be
Another Satanic.
He's got a Satanic, but he's done.
He's going to buy back instantly.
Double buyback from SG. Invoker returns to the battlefield as well. They want to keep this skirmish going.
They want to get these mega creeps. Sven does not have a BKB. They're ready in 15. God's Strength already used this Mars. And Death Blink, amazing Dota, being able to spear him back multiple times. Glyph.
But there's no green lights anymore for Fnatic. No Supernova, no Global, no Arena, no Haunt. I'm not sure what the status of that Cataclysm's like, but I think it's a resounding no on all fronts. Range racks down, melee, the only thing separating Fnatic from dealing with mega creeps.
Lina is just pew 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 pewing from the low ground. Still not enough damage. She's very afraid. 15 seconds until BKB. Cheese is available.
Oh, the
Meteor.
Deafening Blast. Meatball's not working out for them. Yule's on the Sand King means he's safe and sound in that BKB. He'll blink himself out. Fnatic have defended their melee barracks, but for how long? Ice Wall's annoying. And where's that creep wave? It is coming with 2 Carties.
Wukong's command. Try to zone them out. Finish the barracks.
And a BKB from Theo to make damn sure it'll fall. Mega creeps now. What Fnatic have to contend with. Theo, though, speared up. I think he'll gladly give his life to make sure that the mega creeps are coming. But
2
dead
minutes.
for 2 minutes.
2
Fnatic
minutes
now.
without Monkey. He's their source of the damage as well. Like, he uses a nullifier on someone, but the naked drone. Like, this is kind of hard to deal with. Your Spectre doesn't really outpush the waves anymore. This is not a Radiant Spectre, so it takes quite a lot of time. Mars should be the one dealing the best, especially with the Aghanim Shard upgraded on Spear. They can chill. Minute and 30 seconds. These heroes don't buy Divine Rapier. Even if you had the gold, you don't have that option. Spectre's not a Divine Rapier carrier.
Well, maybe we should have gone the DPS route on Death, but he's done such a spectacular job with this item build, setting up team fights for Raven. It would have been a bit weird going that direction. Like 56 minutes in, Oracle now. Oh, he bought BKB, and I guess he sold it again to make sure he has buyback, because nobody else in this bloody game's got it.
There's one on Sand King, one on Mars. Dire using a scan, Radiant also scanning to see what the hell is happening. Map a bit dark. They're waiting for Monkey. Monkey is keeping them in place, reducing their spell damage with that Mage Slayer. 35%. It's actually like the best item you can get on a position 4 Monkey.
Yeah, super good. We do have some potentially game-changing items coming up, though. Scythe of Vice on the Silencer. About 1,000 away. If you can just hold on for that. Oh, no, I'm crazy. He's got it.
Buyback is on cooldown for 4 minutes, so no point to save the gold.
Did he sell something?
He sold Glimmer Cape. Yeah.
Uh-huh, okay. So I'm not so crazy. Death wants a Scythe too. Invoker working on what looks like an Octarine Core. SG, they taste blood in the water. They know that this victory is within their grasp. I mean, a 2-0
Top lane's
victory
approaching. So is bottom.
here. Fnatic are outside of their base, not contending with the lanes. Yeah, that's where the spam pings come in. SG have realized what you have as well, Lacoste. That's where they sense weakness. The thing is, when you are hemmed back in your base like this, you don't.
There's no glyph. Minute and 10 seconds for Fnatic.
Or do you just go God Strength?
They might just go in and end the game if they are keeping track of it.
End the game, hit the throne. Like, you don't care about vision anymore because you see, as SG, you see all the Fnatic in their base.
All 3 lanes are in the base. Roshan may respawn in 40 seconds. SG, they don't have to, go in and try to end the game. Neutral items are spawning in the 50 seconds, so they can just hold. Fnatic will have a hard time getting out of the base and getting the tier 5 neutral items. I think the plan is to not take the tier 5 neutral items and just go end the game with it.
I was wondering that. Armor, yeah, has the ninja gear.
Glyph is ready. 5 seconds. Roche, maximum time. 2 minutes, 58 seconds.
Of course it is. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Radiant are scanning.
Ooh, that Radiant scan's a bit cheeky. They know someone's gone for a bit of a run there. Death has spent his first arena. They haunt in onto Costa Beal. The Sven is dying. He's gone without buyback. Fnatic, they're striking here into the heart of SG. Theo the Core has been bashed by Raven. The
Sven has
gets
no
a couple of
buyback,
kills.
neither does Monkey.
The Sven and the Monkey are dead for a minute and a half each.
Oh man, this is such a big mistake. The play was, maybe they're not keeping track of the Glyph, but they could have went in. Lina plus Sven and Wukong's command, that's more than enough to actually just go in and end the game. Now, Fnatic picking up some tier 5 items. Also buybacks on their side. Gonna be online in minute and a half. Big mistake from SG there.
It really was. And Fnatic still have to deal with these massive creep waves coming with the mega creeps. But they are making their way out of the base. Again, 50 seconds, 70 seconds, 2 long counters that Fnatic can rely on. They've got a couple of spells here from Death as well. Having already popped his refresher, he has the arena ready. Supernova's up and running. Spectre doesn't have Haunt, but Invoker should have some Cataclysms to play around with.
Spectre holding Apex, plus 70 Agi. Not bad, 400 damage per hit. And 44 armor. How much is that, Gary?
Lots.
72% physical resistance.
72. Yeah, and turning all that damage around onto them with a dispersion. But Fnatic aren't going for it. They think Roshan could maybe be alive, but we as spectators know that it's the longest spawn possible.
Radiant are scanning.
And now we've bought enough time as SG to get Lina's buyback off cooldown. Sven in 20 seconds and 550 gold.
Oh, Monkey got hexed.
Oh,
Spear.
so he did. Into the Cataclysm. Good save, though, from the False Promise. That'll keep Monkey alive a little bit longer while Tava and Adriano trying to battle into Raven. Oh, Lina pummeling with a right-click damage and the stuns catch Spectre dead for 2 minutes, but the buybacks are there. Fnatic can return to the battle.
Buyback. Spectre sitting at the 4,000 gold. I think now it's time to buy an item. You either go for a refresher or you get the full Ags. Roshan will spawn in 3 seconds. Costa Beal running out of the pit.
And we've got some tier 5 neutral items as well. Arcanist's armor, Seer Stone. Oh, jeez. I was looking at items and DJ's just been annihilated.
Roshan being pinged.
Lucas bought a Raddy.
Dire's ancient is under
Yeah, I saw him struggling in the base, so he needed something to deal with the creeps. Glyph is available. They didn't pop it, so this is going to be, what, 1, 2, 3 buybacks from Fnatic.
Oh, there's a Stygian Desolator over in a dire neutral stash. Refresher shard on the floor. Yep. Cheese not being picked up. KJ, just drop something. I don't know.
Send back the flicker.
Come on.
Drop the dust.
You surely can't leave this in the pit.
Okay. For a second, I thought they were, lactose intolerant. No one wanted to pick up the cheese. Now refresher on Sanking. And Oracle picked up the Aghanim Scepter, which means Fate's Edict no longer causes you allies to be disarmed or enemies to be magic immune.
That's pretty cool. Especially on that Sven. Another free BKB for him. Well, like you've been saying, Fnatic, they've got that glyph ready.
That's their 6th player right now.
Because Adriano's coming for you. There's the burrow, landing onto Chwen. And Costa Beal aiming the Invoker. That's a nice arena from Death with a Supernova behind it. So Chwen's still alive thanks to his BKB, but your throne is dying. Death needs to get so much more done. In comes Theo with the Wukong's commander. Circles everywhere. Mars Arena and the Wukongs as they finish off Chwen, who buys back immediately with a massive Cataclysm, but it's not going to bring anyone down.
Oh,
the throne is falling. They're focusing
dying.
it. And SG are going to be able to bring this down, surely, with Tavo and Costa Beal getting a stun down to land, and game 2, another victory for SG.
Oh man, what a game. Like this series had a couple of mistakes, a bit of a throws, but overall very, very entertaining. First game, Thinker managed to make a comeback. This time around, like, it was back and forth. Couple of times you see Spectre going in on Sven, and then just Sven dying immediately. Mars had a really good performance because he was the only stun that could hold Sven enough in place to, you know, there's later on an Abyssal Blade, but it had to come down to that, into Cataclysm. They needed something in the end. Lina as a core just pops off completely. Like, Lina doesn't go for Aghanim Scepter, no shards, just straight up damage, Satanic to be able to stand the ground, keep spamming good. The spells have that 3 fiery soul attacks.
Machine gun Lina.
Yeah, exactly. I think we also got to give credit to Tavo. He played really well on Sanking. Had a couple of failed ultis, but, you know, it has to happen. You can't have a perfect game, and Tioli Core on Monkey King, like his itemization, I think it was pretty top-notch going for that Mage Slayer for them to deal less damage, getting a BKB, no boots, pretty standard, I would say. Then getting a Nullifier to be able to deal with the Glimmer Capes, the Force Staffs, even forced DJ to sell his Glimmer Cape by a Hex, because there was no real usage for it.
Well, that's a great way to start our day. We do have a little bit of a break, so Lacoste and I will be back later, but your next caster pair will be up shortly. A quick break before your next series, so we'll see you guys later on.